Honorable members, we will now observe a moment of silence, prayer, or meditation. Thank you. You may be seated. Secretary, may you read the next order?
Order number 2, minutes of the previous sittings. 2.1, minutes of the 24th February 2026 special sitting. 2.2, minutes of the 26th February 2026.
Thank you. Honorable members, I put before this House minutes of the 24th February 2026 for adoption. That the House adopt the minute? Yes. Thank you very much. The minutes stand adopted. Also, I put before this House minutes of the 26th of Feb 2026 for adoption. That the House adopt the minute? Yes. Does the House adopt the minute? Yes. Thank you very much. You know, the reason why I'm repeating, honorable members, I make sure that you receive the minutes on time, so that when you come to the House, you have gone through them. So sometimes I feel like you feel not to adopt, but thank you very much. All set of minutes are now adopted. Secretary, may you please read the next order?
Order number 3, proceedings on bills. 3.1, Northwest Second Adjustment Appropriation Bill B01-2026, second and third readings.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I now call on the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Premier and Finance, Honorable Oliphant, to table the committee report on the Northwest Second Adjustment Appropriation Bill B01/2026 and move for the adoption. It has been brought to my attention that Honorable Mathe will do that on behalf of Honorable Oliphant, the chairperson. Honorable Mathe? You have 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable members of this House, the Honorable Premier, members of the Executive Council, Bagaitsu Dumelang. We here to table the report of the second adjustment, which covers the financial year 2025-2026. And we also need to indicate to your House, Honorable Speaker, that this adjustment is specific to the Department of Community Safety and Transport Management to deal with the matters related to scholar transport program. An amount of 70 million allocation is proposed in this second adjustment to clear the April to December 2025 payment backlog, to ensure stability and eliminate service delivery leakages. And we also need to indicate that during the month of December 2025 and January 2026, the department had to redirect some of their commuter budget to address the urgent payment of salaries of the 2 months amounting to 36 million. We therefore recommend to your House, Honorable Speaker, that given the nature of the second adjustment, the fundamentals and the key principles that were established in the previous adjustment still applies, and will therefore recommend to your House that this report be adopted without going through the public hearing. The observation of the committee is that we'll still end up with the same because the fundamentals are the same. So that's what we are suggesting for consideration of your House. We therefore recommend that a forensic audit investigation of scholar transport expenditure from the current and previous financial year must be conducted within the Department of Community Safety and Transport Management. 2, Provincial Treasury must submit a detailed report within 7 days of the adoption of this bill on how many invoices need to be processed and how payments will be done, addressing concerns about whether the money will be utilized in terms of the adjusted appropriation. 3, Provincial Treasury must submit a report within days after the end of the financial year, outlining what will be able to be processed in relation to scholar transport invoice payments. 4, a comprehensive report on governance at NTI, inclusive of the present collaboration with Gauteng, that will also indicate whether Gauteng is still part of an agreement with NTI. This be submitted within 7 days after the adoption of this report. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, that the committee recommends that the Northwest Second Adjustment Appropriation Bill 2025-26 be adopted by your House. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Matthew. Does the House adopt the committee report on the Northwest Second Adjustment Appropriation Bill? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, members. The report is now adopted. Honorable members, the committee report is now adopted. I evoke Rule 252, subsection 3, to allow the House to consider the principle and details of the bill and for the bill to be read for the second time. Does the House concur? Yes. Secretary, may you read the bill for the second time?
The bill shall be called the Northwest Second Adjustment Appropriation Bill B01-2026.
Thank you very much. I will now read the roll call in terms of Rule 245 to determine the quorum. Honorable Babuile, Honorable Bokhatsu, Honorable Budzwe, Honorable Dabampi. Thank you. Honorable Danji.
Present, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Dial. Honorable Groenewald.
Present, thank you, Speaker.
Honorable Kuno.
Present, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Kodisang. Honorable Lehari. Honorable Lenkopani.
I am present, Speaker.
Honorable Makakani. Honorable Maine.
Present, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Makukua.
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Mate.
Dienverdag.
Honorable Matuani.
Mbusele Musakotla.
Honorable Modise.
Mewoteng, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Moema.
Musakotla.
Honorable Mohono. Present. Honorable Mokgosi.
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Mukua. Honorable Malapisi. Honorable Morueng. Honorable Musenuchi. Honorable Mutsumi. Honorable Oliphant. Honorable Khosho.
Present, Musakotla.
Thank you. Honorable Sambata.
Dikona Somlong.
Honorable Sebekwe.
Present, Speaker.
Honorable Sonakile.
Present and leading the DA, Speaker.
You're welcome, leader of the party. Thank you, leader of the party. Honorable Sonti.
Dikona Somlong.
Thank you. Honorable Steenkamp.
Present, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Steyn. Honorable Tapi.
Ke mo ntlong ya gago Mosakgotla.
Honorable Tsulo,
Teenwoordig, heer Speaker.
Honorable Van Heestien, thank you,
Present, Madam Speaker.
thank you. Honorable Wolong, Honorable Williams,
Kiteng Musakotla.
thank you very much, honorable members. I have satisfied myself that we have majority of members in the House to consider the bill in accordance with Rule 245 subsection 1 of the Standing Rules. The House will now adopt the bill clause one by one. Clause number 1. Clause number 1.
Yes.
Clause number 2.
Yes.
Clause number 3.
Yes.
Clause number 4.
Yes.
Clause number 5.
Yes.
Clause number 6.
Yebo.
Clause number 7.
Yes.
Clause number 8.
Yes.
Clause number 9.
Yes.
And yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, honorable members. I now call the MEC for Finance to give a third reading speech if she deems it necessary and move for the adoption of the bill. I'm being advised that Honorable Danji will stand in for Honorable Mosenugi. Honorable Danji.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. On behalf of the MEC Finance delegated by the Premier, I move for the adoption and we really appreciate the work done by the Portfolio Committee. Nkosi siyabulela.
Thank you very much, Honorable Danji. Does the House concur that the bill be read for the third time?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Secretary, may you read the bill for the third time?
This bill shall be called the Northwest Second Adjustments Appropriation Act Number 1 of 2026.
Thank you very much, Secretariat. The Northwest Second Adjustment Appropriation Bill Act Number 1 of 2026 stand referred to the Premier for assent. Secretary, may you read the next order?
Order number 4, announcements, tablings, and committee reports.
Honorable members, reports have been tabled through the ATC and referred to the relevant committee for scrutiny and further processing. Committee reports were also tabled through the ATC. Does the House adopt report and recommendation tabled through the ATC as the House resolution? Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Secretary, may you read the next order?
Order number 5, Premier's response to debate on the State of the Province address.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I now call on the Premier, Honorable Mokgosi, to respond to the debate of the State of the Province address in accordance with Rule 64, subsection 4 to the Standing Rules. Premier, you have 30 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, Dr. Mohono, the Deputy Speaker, Remaine, members of the Executive Council present, the Chief Whip of the Legislature, leaders of opposition parties present today, honorable members, good morning. Honorable members, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I can see that Honorable Sonakila is aging. And therefore I can see that
Private summer.
he needs some fresh air. Honorable Speaker, I am indeed honored and privileged to stand before this august House and respond to some of the issues raised by honorable members on the occasion of the State of the Province Address debate. Let me take this opportunity to express my greatest gratitude to all members who participated in the debate. It was really fulfilling and encouraging, you know, because when they responded, some of them were indicating that it's a mixed bag state of the province. It's a mixed bag, meaning that indirect acceptance is that there are elements of success, there are elements of progress, and there are also elements of challenges. So I think it's appreciated that we really acknowledge where there is good work done. You know, the submissions made by honorable members demonstrate a maturing democratic project in our province. Because in doing that, it means we have accepted that democracy is in action, and as a result, our people are receiving services, government is at work, there is also accountability, there are monitoring system, and therefore democracy is maturing. Over and above, we have active citizenry. And therefore, as a result of that, this project of democracy in the province is progress at work, and it must just be nurtured. And I'm saying this because this time, like I said, there was no filibustering, in essence. Some years ago, we were still struggling to get our feet, and there was a lot of filibustering in terms of the State of the Province address. As members, we are all duty-bound to consolidate our national democratic project and be of service to our different constituencies. And as President Cyril Ramaphosa said during his State of the Nation address, and I quote, he said, "As we reflect on the state of our nation, we can say that we are stronger today than we were a year ago. Our economy is growing again, and this growth is gathering pace. As the economy grows, the rate of unemployment is starting to decline," unquote. Now, this assertion, Madam Speaker, is given credence by the Chief Whip of the majority party, Honorable Kagiso. During the debate, she was giving a detailed account of the provincial milestone of the past year. You know, she went to town, acknowledging, like I said earlier on, the successes. And I must therefore say, thank you very much, Honorable Kagiso, for acknowledging that there is success in the 7th administration. It's only denialists and pessimists who don't see success, even when it's blatantly clear. At the center of these achievements was the reduction of the official unemployment rate by 6.1%. And like I said, this was the largest in the country, and it was consistent for the last 2 quarters. And therefore, it shows the trajectory that good things are to come. What is left for us is to remain focused on what we want to achieve. Madam Speaker, we are indeed hard at work to build a united South Africa that belongs to all, as explained by the Chief Whip. That we've got a project as a nation, and as a result of that, we must not live anybody behind, and we must build a united South Africa. Furthermore, we are not oblivious to challenges of service delivery, bedeviling our municipalities. Hence, Honorable Speaker, we have developed deliberate a litany of interventions, measures to assist this sphere of government called local government. And our deliberate interventions are with financial recovery plans, the road infrastructure, sanitation, and water projects. And like I said, all these interventions are deliberate because we are cognizant of the fact that this local government sphere is faced with serious challenges. Challenges from capacity, challenges for financial capacity, human resource capacity, even the capacity to have revenues generated. And therefore, as a provincial government, we are deliberate on our interventions. Now, Honorable Kagiso, you were correctly and absolutely correct when you said youth unemployment is a ticking time bomb in this country and obviously in this province. So as a caring government, we need to respond swiftly to this challenge of a ticking time bomb. Now, during the SOPA address, I listed a number of developmental initiatives that seek to address the youth unemployment. Now, Honorable Kagiso, this policy intervention measures will range from collaborations, which we have as provincial government. And I've said in the speech that we have this South African National Defence Force programs, we have the SANSI program, the Victor Sephora Bursary Scheme is also part of our intervention, the Nelson Mandela Castro Medical Training Program, and we have more than 1,000 learnerships, internships, which are aimed at upskilling young people while at the same time exposing them to different employment opportunities. So we are mindful of the challenge, and that is why we were deliberate in what we did, and these programs are intended to alleviate the challenges, especially on the young people. Now, Honorable Botso is not here today, but the leadership is here. Yeah. The SANSI program, it's not a fallacy, as he alleges. Now, I can assure you, Honorable Botso and the members of the legislature, that we are far ahead, and on a weekly basis, we assess the readiness of the program. I can assure you that we are ready to go out on an advert for recruitment process on the SANS issue. And we were just tightening logistical issues and contracts issues between us and the South African National Defence Force. So we are ready. The logistical issues have been tightened and the screws have been tightened, and we are ready to roll out. And we wanted to ensure that this training becomes seamless and achieve its intended objectives, so that in the later years we should not experience challenges. And we should really appreciate, honorable members, that the feedback we got from members who participated acknowledged and said, we are giving a feedback that says there is progress in Ditsobotla, comparatively speaking, from where we are coming from. Therefore, and jointly, we agree that the relationship we have with other political parties there, the commitment that we have from all political parties in Ditsobotla, which put our people at the center, it's really appreciated, honorable members. Thank you very much, and we agree. It's a responsibility for all of us, the national government, the provincial government and the local government of Ditsobotla. And at the same time, Honorable Speaker, we are responding to the Human Rights Commission report through various interventions, measures in our different municipalities, especially to deal with the sewer spillages and to make it a thing of the past. Our interventions in implementing Section 154 of the Constitution is primarily aimed at assisting our municipalities to deal with these findings of the Commission. And that is as it relates to infrastructure, waste management, water, and sanitation. You'll recall also on the state of the province, I indicated how are we going to collaborate with SANRAL as the Department of Public Works. The intervention that the Department of Economic Development will intervene with issues that relate to waste management. So we are going to get into the Ditsobotla and assist, and this is a deliberate intervention, and we are using the Section 154 of the Constitution. So we are committed to ensure that we intervene and deal with all the issues that were raised by the Human Rights Commission. And the city of Matosana and Ditsobotla will be our starting base. And thereafter, we will extend the interventions to other municipalities who are experiencing similar challenges. We have equally reported deliberate acts of criminality on water infrastructure. And the police are hot on the heels of individuals behind these activities. Because Honorable Member Bolsoe raised a very fundamental concern on the level of damage on our water infrastructure. And we said, yes, we are mindful of that, and that's why this act of criminality, working with the police, we have made significant progress, and the police have briefed us on the progress that they have made. Honorable Bolsoe also made an assertion on the implementation of Phase 2 of Nelson Mandela Drive, including the construction of a 33-kilometer road in Ward 1 and Ward 2 of Moses Kotane local municipality. This matter was clarified thoroughly during the State of the Province, where we explained that all administrative challenges and hurdles in the two projects have been fully addressed and finalized. And we are saying we find it difficult to understand his sense on the assertions because the fact speaks for themselves. Administratively, in any construction of a road, there are processes to be followed, and we can't circumvent that process. And if there are administrative challenges for purpose of approvals for the project to begin, we need to ensure that there is compliance. And therefore, we were reporting that we are at an advanced stage and we have dealt with all those challenges. And we explain in the State of the Province. To allay Honorable Bolsoe's fears, these two projects have been prioritized by government and work will commence in the new financial year. So we can assure him that those projects are prioritized and they will be implemented in the new financial year. Furthermore, we continue to make great progress in the more than 19,000-kilometer road network of the province. And we, as explained by Honorable Hosho, that over 1 billion rand has been committed to revamp and rehabilitate various roads network in the province. So in the State of the Province, we did indicate that we have put aside over 1 billion rand to deal with our road infrastructure. So we are aware that this province has close to 19,000 kilometer road network. And of that 19,000, only 4,000 plus it's paved. close to 15,000 plus is unpaved. And therefore, that's why we are saying, mindful as we are of the challenge from a financial point of view, we are engaging minds in this province because we believe strongly that some of our roads are damaged by their operations. And they've committed. And that's why in their social labor plans, these mining companies such as Impala continue to play an instrumental role in assisting the province to address road infrastructure backlogs in the province. In this province, moreover and above anything, the refurbishment of the health facilities in the province is not a repetition of what I said in the last SOPA, but it's an ongoing project, year in, year out. We'll continue to renovate and refurbish our health facilities. And it's work in progress. So we are just reporting what we are doing on year in, year out, in as far as our commitment to refurbish our health facilities. And during Tunzale role, I visited one such facility in Sunnishof, and I was very impressed by the work carried out in that facility. And this will also include the maintenance plans on various schools across the province, where I had mentioned that there is a dedicated infrastructure budget for this exercise in the Department of Education. So we are committed on renovating, refurbishing our state properties, and in this instance, our education facilities and our health facilities. And that's why we were saying, in the state of the province, we indicated that we have put aside a dedicated budget. And the MECs, when they come here, in their budget speech, they will give detailed account on which specific facilities are we intervening, and progress on those that we had intervened as pronounced in the last financial year. Now, Honorable Botwe also, I'm not sure, but there is a sense of self-contradiction in his approach. But I think it will help a great deal to differentiate between subjectivity and impartiality in the debate. It's important that these two important things must be addressed when we debate. Honorable Sonakile, today we rematch. So we are together. It's not true that the state of the province address was seeks to sway public opinion in favor of the African National Congress ahead of the forthcoming local government elections. You know, we can't say government now must close because now there is election coming. Then all of us go home, we pack our bags and we close government. We have been elected to be in office from the day elections were announced until the last day when an elections results will be announced. So we are going to work until that day. So it won't be that we are delivering because it's elections, we are committing certain interventions because it's elections. It's unfortunate we are the sitting government, and therefore we are supposed to deliver services to our people. Now, as a provincial government, we have taken a deliberate policy position to fix local government. And this decision has been taken long ago. It's not because it's a new thing. Now, the political and administrative stability that we are currently witnessing in the majority of our municipalities, it's a culmination of these efforts. So what we see as a sense, relatively speaking, of stability, politically and administratively, it's as a result of these efforts. And there is calamity and fairly speaking in many of our municipalities. And the deployment of the provincial executive reps who are to assist municipalities with financial recovery plans is one such an example. And the adoption of Mokgosi local municipality by Infrastructure South Africa is a case in point, because for you to be adopted by Infrastructure South Africa, you should demonstrate abilities that are saying, we tick and say, this is a municipality which, when we speak about a functional municipality, this is the areas that we are saying you are succeeding. And we are saying Mokgosi was on that category of a phase where there was chaos, and relatively now they are in a stabilized phase, and as a result, it's our interventions. And we believe strongly that they did very well. The implementation of Section 154 in our municipalities serves also as another deliberate intervention measure to reinforce our efforts in making sure that our people receive uninterrupted provision of services as dictated by the Constitution. Honorable Mosenugi expatiated on these matters, which also include the revised mandatory FRPs, as well as putting emphasis on local government kota-kote, which is going to inform our action plan in our continued endeavors to stabilize local municipality. So it's not true that we are only intervening now. The assertion, I think, is completely wrong. Honorable Sonakile, the resuscitation of Pilanesberg International Airport in collaboration with Infrastructure South Africa and the Department of Public Works does not reflect a lack of capacity on the side of provincial government. This important milestone is centered on intergovernmental relations to ensure that all spheres of government have a unified approach in addressing challenges affecting our developmental trajectory and to meet our national priorities. So we are working together. It's not a demonstration that when we work with national government, it's like we don't have the necessary capacities. The law allows that we must work together. Of critical importance, Honorable Sonakile, is to ensure that there is facilitation of effective and efficient provision of services to all our citizens by monitoring how national and provincial policies and legislation are carried across at all levels. So it's a responsibility that say, let's facilitate this efficiency that our people must get the best. So we harness whatever capacity comes from national, whether from province and from the local government, and we bring these skills together in the capacity for the purpose of ensuring that our people get the necessary services. So I think you need to appreciate the fact that we are not a federal state. We are a unitary state, South Africa. South Africa is one. Now, in relation to the GD Munsiwa, we are in constant communication with Infrastructure South Africa to develop a technical framework which will inform the commercialization of the airport for both cargo and commuter service. So you are right that we must not necessarily focus on cargo, and we must also look at potential on the commuter airline part. So I agree on that one. So the technical framework which we are going to be using, Infrastructure South Africa, will tell us about how this commercialization can be, how sustainable the project can be, whether from whichever aviation area that we are going to concentrate. So I agree with what you said. Honorable Sonakile, again, we never shied away. We never shied away, Honorable Sonakile, to acknowledge that we've got challenges on scholar transport. We have never said no, and we have never refused. We do acknowledge. Now, as a result of that acknowledgement, we have swiftly acted by terminating perpetual offenders in their failure to adhere to the service level agreement, including those who fail to ferry learners to various destination points. Now, we have more than 700 routes with more than 400 plus service providers. If you look at the numbers now, we are 300 plus. It means more than 100 service providers were terminated in this contract. And that it's a demonstration that non-performance will not be tolerated. We have put systems in place over and above what we did. We have put systems in place to regularly monitor and inspect the roadworthiness of these vehicles. And where there is a non-compliance, we will terminate. So we regularly put a program that intended to look for roadworthiness. As an example, every January, every July, all these buses are taken for inspection. And if inspection reveals that there is non-compliance, we terminate. So we are going to do the same exercise in terms of that. Now, Honorable Sonakile, we are experiencing that there is recovery signs in the economy of our province. Hence the reduction of over 6% in our official unemployment rate. It's a reality that the economy of the province is coming right. And to answer your question on this important matter, the 78,000 jobs created in the Q3 and Q4 of 2025 are not EPWP jobs. These are jobs created in the agricultural sector, in the construction sector, and the public service. So they were not necessarily, as you allege, EPWP jobs. In relation to the latter, Honorable Sonakile, you would know that as head of government, I issue an instruction that all departments must advertise all funded vacant posts. And we carried out that exercise to mitigate this unemployment rate confronting our residents, and in particular, young people. Moreover, also, you are alleging that our young people affiliated to the Progressive Youth Alliance were protesting over unemployment in the province during the State of the Province address. And this is not true. Those young people were asking for additional funding through the Victor Sephora Bursary Scheme to assist students with outstanding balances to register for this year's academic program.
Honorable members. Premier, just hold on. Honorable members, MEC, honorable members, Sonakile, you are out of order. Moema, honorable Moema, yeah, honorable Moema, you are not in the street.
ANC.
Honorable Speaker,
ANC members, behave yourselves. We are
We
sick
have
and tired.
swiftly-
Honorable members.
we have swiftly intervened.
Premier, just a sec. Honorable MEC, can you behave yourself? Honorable members, can you be honorable members? I can't be shouting with you like kids. No, it can't be. Can you behave and give the Premier the respect he deserves? He deserves to be respected. Please, honorable members, it can be. Premier,
Thanks for the protection.
Honorable Musen, please. Honorable Tulo, don't behave like school kid. No, don't. Can you respect the Premier for once? Can he be given a respect in this house? It can be. We can't turn this house into a kindergarten. It can be. The Premier deserves to be respected, like all of you need to be respected. It can be. Honorable Premier, continue.
Thank you very much for the
Speaker.
protection, Dr. Mohono.
Speaker. Honorable Speaker. This side, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Speaker.
Is
I
it
just
an
wish to
order?
check if the Premier is prepared to take a question.
Honorable Premier, are you in a position to take a question? No, he's not. Continue, Premier.
Honorable Speaker, we acknowledge that our students were demonstrating, requesting to be assisted on outstanding fees. And we have intervened in this regard. And swiftly, the Premier pronounced that the 500,000, which is a discretionary fund in the Premier's office, must be made available to assist those students. But furthermore, Services SETA has set aside 5 million rand to fund the tuition fees of the first-year student from our province. So we are intervening on those. Honorable Sonakile, as indicated, all blocked housing projects are being completed. And we said 80%, okay, and 80% of the budget will be dedicated towards this program. We are taking note of all the projects which are incomplete in the province. Now we know them, we know where they are, we know which municipality, which village. So we have rolled out a program to deal with all these incomplete projects. Some of them are dating far back as 2015, and therefore we will deal with that on an incremental basis, year in, year out. Now, this includes the project you referred to in the debate. And I can assure you that MEC Molapisi will go into details on this matter during the departmental budget speech. With regard to NTI, there are ongoing investigations, Honorable Sonakile, with various issues, including malfeasance in this institution. So we are invoking the services of the SIU, the Hawks, and all of us, and I think you are well aware of these initiatives. We will not rest on our laurels in making sure that we save this institution and the much needed jobs through an equity partner. So we will be intervening in NTI to ensure that the institution is saved and we also save the jobs. All legal prescripts in relation to these matters are being followed, and at the right time we'll pronounce ourselves.
Premier, you have 5 minutes to conclude.
Okay.
Thank you.
We note your concern, Honorable Groenewald, in relation to the water infrastructure damage in the province, and I can assure you that this matter is receiving attention and there is movement in this regard. And we will not allow any thuggery to find expression, particularly that is detriment to our communities. We are employing different remedial actions to see to it that we have our improved project implementation and our project management. Our 106 investigation in municipalities will be implemented after all these due process have been followed. Honorable Solo, there is a mismatch between mineral endowments and the high levels of unemployment in this province. We agree. The initiation of a development fund and to set aside our 100 million as a seed fund, we are seeking for partnerships, and there is a lot of appetite and interest to deal with this issue. The phenomenon you referred to, Honorable Sol, is what is called paradox of the plenty. It is not only peculiar to the Northwest province. We can talk about the Katanga region in the DRC, the Copper Belt in Zambia. They also experience the same developmental outcomes. Our adoption of the growth development strategy will assist us to address these issues. The recapitalization of Bujanala Special Economic Zone is at an advanced stage, with about 40 million rand put aside for operationalization, including project implementation and preparation. Honorable Kodisang, the pandemic of gender-based violence and femicide needs all of us to put our hands together on the deck to confront this calamity. During the SOPA, I gave details on how we are going to deal with this matter. Honorable Mosenuchi, she went to town about this matter, and will be collaborating with various organs of state and civil society organizations to nip this pandemic in the bud. I can assure Honorable Kodisang that the deployment of the South African National Defence Force will be announced very soon to come and speak specifically to illegal mining hotspots. This is not a failure on our part, but a reinforcement strategy to bolster our efforts in making sure that we protect our residents as well as our mineral deposit. Honorable Sebego, we appreciated your words of wisdom, particularly on some unsubstantiated allegation that the Northwest people have lost confidence in the governing party and its leaders. The ANC gathered 58% of the electoral support in the last general elections, proving prophets of doom that the people of this province still hold this organization in high esteem and see it as the only hope in reversing the injustice of the past. Therefore, the assertion that, which is very unscientific, that our people have rejected us in our bi-weekly engagement with the people of the Northwest through Tunzalo Role, our people have expressed willingness to work with us and to ensure that we address their socio-economic challenges. This includes turning the tide on the road infrastructure through the recruitment of about 7,000 young people who are going to do pothole patching in our roads. This project, as I explained, will be in collaboration with the University of Technology. Our state-owned entities, as per the recommendation of the Economic Advisory Council and the panel of experts, is gaining traction, and we are confident that the plan will yield the desired results. We are also confident that our Smart Gov program will be rolled out in the new financial year and will enable us to monitor progress on all our service delivery initiatives.
As you wrap up,
In conclusion, Madam Speaker, correctly so, as Karl Marx once said, and I quote, "The philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. Ours is to change it. Let's continue to build a province that works for all." Thank you very much, Speaker.
thank you very much, Honorable Premier. Thank you so much. Honorable members, this concludes the business of today. The sitting is adjourned until the 12th March 2026 for the tabling of the provincial budget speech. Thank you.